Shouldn't bend like that. Looks like Harry Potter's arm.
Broken. There's no bones left.
Recent TV.
Okay, start at the next video. If you didn't watch the last video, here's a quick recap. It has arrived. I think I can wait to unbox it. I'm doing it right now.
Nick minute.
Fuck. What? So yeah, basically broke my board, and now in this video, I'm gonna try and fix it. See how we go. Shouldn't bend like that. Looks like Harry Potter's arm.
Broken. There's no bones left.
So as you can see, my brand new board is mangled. So I'm gonna try and stitch it back together. So basically what that entails is putting back together with these timber dowels. I'm gonna use 3 dowels, one for the side like this, bigger one for the middle, and then another one for this side. Basically what I'm gonna do is try and shove the dowels in there. I might have to sharpen one of the ends to actually get it going. And I'm gonna pull it back out and put some hot glue in there. Just do it in a step-by-step process. First step is trying to get all this slick back on. So what I need to do is cut down this line here in a pretty precise manner, making sure all of the components for each side 1 and side 2, go back into the right spot. So my first step is to do that, then make sure both sides are in a pretty good position to be able to start putting the dowels in. I'll start doing the dowels probably tomorrow afternoon, but at the moment this is the first step. Let's do it. Okay, so I've just gone and pulled it all apart and pulled the slick off that one, and I pulled off and cut off some straggly bit. They're just gonna get in the way, so don't need them anymore. I'm gonna clean up all this old stringer and everything after I've glued all the slick back together on these parts. I'll leave that to dry overnight, then we can get on to the new stringer. So it's been a little bit over a week now since I snapped my surfboard. Today it is raining, the weather is really bad. So I got today off work. So I thought I might do a little bit more work on my surfboard. Yeah. Say hi to the chickens. So my main aim for today is to get these dowels sharpened up and inserted into the foam part of the board. Our first step is to sharpen these edges, and I'm going to do that with an electric sander. So this is the electric sander that I'm going to use. Pretty old, basically just plug it in. Might clamp these down and then basically just kind of sharpen off each edge so that I can insert it into the surfboards. Yeah, that's simple. So that's what I'm going to do now. The old sandpaper broke, so we're gonna put a new one on. This one's 80 grit, that one was 40 grit. 40 grit was working pretty well. So yeah, I'm just gonna replace it with the 80 and hopefully that does just as good, if not better. So it seems to be pretty sharp now. I'll just give it a bit of a test and see if it goes in. So that went in alright just then. See, it made a bit of a hole, but my only issue then was trying to get it out. It was quite tight to get out, so, and it needs to come out because I need to put some glue in there to be able to hold it in. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'll just keep going and see how we go. And hopefully that'll be good. And if not, then new plan. But at the moment, should be good. It's a hot tip. All the dust from all the sanding is going in my eyes, so wear safety glasses because you need to protect your eyes. I'm gonna keep going with the rest of these. Might take a little bit, and then they'll all be done. Then I can start inserting into my board, which will be a critical stage because I need to get everything all lined up perfect so it's all going to be just as it used to be. I know it will never be the same, but I'm hoping that it's going to turn out good, and because I don't want to buy a new board, and as simple as that. I just don't want to waste it. Brand new board, no point chucking it in the bin. Yeah, because I don't want to contribute to more waste. So see how we go. So I've managed to get the dowel in, dowel number 1, so that's in there now. I put this board on the end of this to make sure it was all sitting pretty straight and it looked pretty good. However, trying to get this into the foam was really hard. So it's good to have a longer one, so I'm pretty happy that I got that in, but as you can see, that's all damaged there, so that's fine. I can leave that like that. But what I'm gonna do now is get the other 2 dowels in. I've actually snapped them in half. Because I just don't want to go through the struggle that I just went through to put the bigger one in with the 2 smaller ones. So I'm going to put them in there, one in here and one in the side here, and try and line it up with that one, put holes in that side as well, and then I can fill that with resin, fill those 2 with resin, let them dry overnight and attempt to put it back together tomorrow. Okay, so I've just hammered down all the old stringer and everything, pretty much, so when I put that edge on this one, it doesn't kind of back against each other. It comes in flush and I can just glue the rest and fix it up that way. Alright, so I'll just put it back together. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty stable. It's pretty flexy through the middle there, so I'm gonna have to just let the dowels dry and then I'll put that all back together tomorrow. Maybe glue it back together and then yeah, we'll see what it's like.
The next morning.
Quick update, I've just used some expanding foam, put between the cracks. That might be of use since there's a lot of gap in there. And it takes about 30 minutes to dry and I should just be able to cut it flush. Then fill any other parts with some hot glue when that's done. And then that should be pretty much finished. I'll let it dry overnight and I might give it a bit of a spray up with some black paint or something like that. Yeah, once that's done, I can take it out for a surf and she'll be good. Just got rained out of work today, so thought I might do a little bit of work on my brand new board that's snapped in half. So yeah, that's the tea. So all this expanded foam is pretty much dried through the middle here now. It's actually coming up pretty solid. Like there's not as much flex in it as I thought there was going to be. Like even if I press you in the middle, it seems to be looking pretty good. So I honestly think it's it's gonna be surfable. What I'm gonna do now is fill in all these extra gaps here and a couple little punctures in here that I'm gonna fill in with some glue, and then I'm gonna wait for all this stuff under here to dry, and then that'll pretty much be done. Okay, so I'll just put down the tarp and the board. Now it's time to paint. Okay, now I've just painted it. I'm gonna let that dry, and then maybe give it one more coat after that, and then I'll give it a re-wax up, and you won't even know that it was snapped. And then I can take it out for a surf. It'll be a shred sled.
Shred sled. Shred sled. Shred sled.
Nearly lost my GoPro again. Woo!